and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with my beautiful wife, Karina from Venezuela. Welcome to the last K1 Visa Green Card Spousal Visa live stream of 2024. This is the last live stream that we're going to do this year. But the good news is we'll be back in 2025 to continue with the live stream. So you guys can continue to learn how to get your green card, get your K1 visa for free. Now remember, I'm not or your spousal visa or your tourist visa. I don't know anything about student visas. Don't ask me about student visas. I've got 10 years experience processing K1 visas. I've got 10 years experience helping people get their green card, including Karina right here, my beautiful wife. 10 years is a long time. And I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you any legal advice. None. Zero, nada. Okay? But you don't need an immigration attorney to file a freaking green card or a K1 visa. It's easy. It's easy to do. Jay Hughes is first up to bat. Hi, Diego. What's going on, Jay Hughes? You are the first up to bat for the last live stream of 2024. Today is what, Saturday? Hoy Sábado? Today's Saturday. Okay? And we'll be back for another live stream next year. And hopefully you'll join us. But for right now, we're going to roll out 2024 with me answering all the questions I can possibly answer for you guys on your green cards, okay, once. Jay Hughes, I'm doing great. And you, we are good. We're always doing good. Karina's doing great. Now remember, Karina, she got her green card on June 25th, 2024. Where did 2024 go? And in 2025, we'll be saying next year, we're going to be lifting the conditions off of Karina's 2-year green card, and we're going to be applying for her 10-year green card. And we got a stack of evidence. We got 1 year's worth of stuff already. She's on the electric bill. She's on the water bill. She's on the sewer bill. She's on the trash bill. She's on the gas bill. When these bills come in, I print them off the computer. They come in usually, they either mail them to us, and it says, Karina and Diego Ross, here is your trash bill. So I print it, and it's got the date on it. And I put it in her 10-year green card application. So far we got let me see, in February, we'll have a year's worth, because we got married in January, and we applied for the green card in February. So in February, we'll have about a year's worth of bills. And then by the time we submit the 10-year green card application, we'll have 2 years worth of bills, 2 years of evidence, 2 years worth of pictures of us together doing stuff with friends and family. Pictures of Karina's first Christmas in the United States. Very soon we'll have pictures of Karina's first New Year's in the United States. And now this year we've been kind of quiet. We didn't do a bunch of stuff. We basically were just relaxing this year. But next year, 2025, Karina's like, I want to go see parts of the United States. I want to see America. I said, okay, we're going to go see America. So for her birthday, we're going to go somewhere, okay? I don't know, maybe I'll just surprise her. We just get on a plane and go somewhere. How about that? Just jump on. I'll say, Karina, come on, we're going to the airport. Huh? Because we're going to do something for Karina's birthday. Her first birthday in America is going to be in a different state other than Florida. And then we're going to take pictures of getting on the plane, going to this, wherever we're going to go. We'll have pictures of her there. Those pictures will go in her 10-year green card application, plus copies of the boarding passes and the flight itineraries. So we went on a vacation somewhere, and we're going to prove it to immigration. Jay Hughes, my I-94 expires on December 31st, 2024. Okay, don't worry about it. But I scheduled an appointment the same day. It expires with the Social Security office. Can I still get my Social Security number? Now, that depends. Your I-94 expires December 31st. You schedule the appointment on the same day it expires. It's going to be up to the Social Security officer to make the decision. Okay? In my mind, it's still good for another day, right? It's expiring on that day, so it's still good until midnight. So I think you'll be okay, honestly, because it doesn't expire till midnight. But it's going to be up to the Social Security officer, okay? But I think you're going to be perfectly fine. I don't think there's going to be a problem. There's 2 ways to get your Social Security card, Jay Hughes. You can get it in a face-to-face appointment at the Social Security Administration, or you can get it on when you file for the green card. On page 2 of USCIS Form I-485, you can request that Homeland Security contact the Social Security Administration for you and get your Social Security card. They can do it that way too. So either way, you're going to get it. But it's much better if you can get it beforehand, because then you can get on the bank statements and you can start doing stuff. Now, you cannot work with the Social Security number just by itself, but you can get on the bank account. You can get on the bills. You can get on the water bill. Some states require a Social Security number to get on these bills. But I think you'll be okay. You got 1 day left, so what's the worst thing that can happen, right? They can say no. If they say no, then you'll file for your Social Security card with your adjustment of status paperwork, which is page 2 of the USCIS Form I-485. Now, Karina bought me a new desk, okay, for Christmas. So I changed the office around. First, we repainted it, and then Karina, she put this desk together. My eyes, I can't do it. My eyesight, I can't read anything hardly. So Karina she put this desk together. I put the other desk over here. So I pretty much I changed this place around. Well, I didn't. Karina, I don't know if you can see anything. But right here, I got the lights. I got the Mountain Dew. I got a camera. That was the old desk. Okay. Now I got this new desk. So everything's rocking and rolling. Karina's been in America for a year. She's helping me get the house figured out. She said, "You need a new desk. That one's just old, and you need a new chair because this one was old. So the old chair's in the garage. So I got this new chair, and it doesn't creak, it doesn't squeak when I sit in it. So Karina's doing great. She's getting this house squared away, and I was able to put the Venezuelan flag I put back up on the wall, the American flag I put back up on the wall, because I had painted this house. Basically, we repainted the whole house. Jay Hughes, all right, Diego, I'm going to see what they say on Tuesday. Honestly, I think you're going to be all right. You can say, it hasn't expired. You can say it still has another day. It's not expired, right? I think you'll be okay. But if it doesn't, if the Social Security officer is just not very nice, then don't be surprised. And you can easily get it. You can get it on when you file for your green card. Either way, you're going to get it. So don't worry now. So it's all good. Now, I just need questions. So Jay Hughes asked me a question about his Social Security card. His I-94 expires on the day of his Social Security appointment, but it hasn't expired. You still got another 12 hours on it when you go in there. So I think you'll be fine. So what other questions do we have? Who has K-1 visas waiting? Who's waiting on NOA-2 letters? Who's filed for green cards? I'm sure there's a lot of folks out there who have already filed for their green card. If you need me to help you for the paperwork, maybe in 2025, I'll set up a process where I can help you fill out the paperwork if you don't know how to do it. Okay? Maybe I'll make some changes in 2025. Maybe I'll do something a little different. I will start help instead of just answering your questions here. Maybe I'll set up an email where you can send me information in an email. Okay? But that's in 2025, which is next week. Francois Livingston, good evening, Diego and Karina. Francois, what's going on? Now, Francois, Karina, she got her information back from the state of Florida, okay, where she can start her coffee company. Karina's going to start her coffee company. I got stuff working, okay. So what we're going to be doing is on super chats. If we get some nice super chats in 2020, I'm talking 2025. Maybe I'll start giving away some of Karina's stuff from her coffee company, like a mouse pad or a keychain or a coffee mug. How about a coffee mug with Karina's company on it? I mean, it's just an idea, right? We'll give them away to you guys. Francois, are you stopping the live stream in 2025? Why would we do that? Why would we stop this? In 2025, this is the last live stream of 2024. And then the next live stream is going to be in 2025. No, we're not stopping the live stream. Nothing's going to stop. But this is the last live stream of 2024. Okay? Francois, relax, okay? Listen, this new desk, I got to figure out where everything is. Karina gave me this new desk for Christmas. So we got pixie dust here. Maybe I'll change the color of the pixie dust for 2025. What do you think? Cambio color para. I'll change the color of the pixie dust. And I got this new. I got all of the documents here for the green card processing and the K1 visa processing. And I got a picture. I got a little folder here for Karina's coffee company. Right here. Here, look at this picture right here. Check this out. What do you think? Karina Ross Coffee Company. How about that? Anyway, we got stuff going on. Shiku, look at that super chat. The first, actually, it's going to be the super chat for the last live stream of 2024. Shiku, thank you very much, Diego. I received my receipt number through my text in my phone. They said original copy on the way. How long does it take? Give them about a week. Mountain Dew, salute to Shiku. So I told you what was going to happen, Shiku, right? You asked me, and you were stressing it out. You asked me what's going to happen. And I said, you got to wait for your receipt number. It's going to come in a text message when they open the box. So your green card application went to Phoenix, Arizona. Mountain Dew, salute. I said it would take about a week. It took a week. They opened up your box. They sent you a receipt number. Now you're going to just have to wait for the biometrics appointment. Now, Francois, she likes that. She likes the design. What do you think? This is what's going to be on the coffee. No, not that one. That's the one. Karina didn't like that one. We changed that one. This is Karina's coffee. The Karina Ross Coffee Company, exceptional 100% Colombia Supremo roasted coffee, net weight 12 ounces, 300. This is roasted. So this is the cover for the roast, and this is going through copyright, okay? Because that's a really cool picture. That's a picture of Karina in Montserrat. We went to Montserrat, Bogota, and took that picture, and I'm copyrighting it. And Francois, I love the cover on the coffee bag. Aquarius, hello everyone, I love it. Francois Coffee, is there going to be a website we can order coffee from? Yeah, we're going to build a website, but I'm just waiting on Karina and I learned how to do coffee, the process in Colombia, in Chauchi. We went to school. We went to coffee school. We learned how they grow it from the bean all the way to production. And I said to Karina, maybe that'd be something to do in Florida, but we got it started. Okay. So we're in the process. I'm just waiting on the company, and because the coffee's going to come from Colombia, then it's going to get processed in New York where Francois lives, and then it's going to come here. And then we will probably give Francois a free bag of coffee because she has been a great supporter of this channel. We're going to mail her a free bag. She'll get the first one. Let me see. Shiku, how long does it take? It's going to take about a week to get the letter. Okay. And now what you're going to do is you're going to wait for the biometrics. When you get your biometrics letter, you're going to go to the biometrics, Shiku, bring the appointment letter with you, bring your passport, bring your marriage certificate, and then things will start rolling for the green card, okay? Shiku, I received both receipt from ISEP. So you got a receipt for your work permit and for the 485. Well, good job. So you'll get your work permit in about a month to 2 months. But that's after you do your biometrics. Okay? And Francois, is there going to be a website we can order coffee from? Yes, I'll build a website. But Francois, I'll send you the first bag of coffee off the production line from the Karina's Coffee Company. I'm just going to mail you a free bag, okay? Because you've been giving us super chats for so long that's the least we can do. Aquarius, hello everyone. What's going on, Aquarius? Shiku, how long is the biometrics? Diego explained everything about what document I need. You know I changed my name. Okay. Listen, Shiku, here's what you're going to do. You're going to get a letter in the mail for your biometrics. It's going to tell you where to go for the biometrics, where you're going to go for it, what time, what day, the address, the location. Where is it going to be? You're going to take that letter with you on that day, okay? you're going to bring your passport with you with the K1 visa in it. Now remember, don't forget, you have an 11-year-old daughter, if I remember. She needs to also have a receipt number for her green card application. Did your daughter CQ get a green card? Did you filed for her green card too at the same time as yours, right? So your daughter CQ needs to get a biometrics letter, and you will get a biometrics letter, right? CQ, when you filed for the green card, did you file for your daughter's green card also in the same package and with two separate checks, two separate packages, right? I need to know. I hope you did. Francois Livingston, we wish you much success. Buena suerte para tu compañía. Karina's a capitalist, okay? She's kicking me in the leg because I'm talking about coffee. But I'm proud of what she's done. Yeah, she's going to be selling coffee. I had to send an email to Tallahassee, to the government, and say, what's the process for this and for this? They responded back and told me what we got to do. We got the coffee company in Colombia already processing stuff. They're going to send it to New York where it's going to get processed, and then they're going to send it here. And then Karina's going to sell it. She'll probably sell it in the neighborhood to start. But Francois is going to get the first bag. Okay? And I think that's a pretty neat design, right? And then on the coffee bag, listen, this is in English. Karina may not understand what I'm saying. But on the coffee bag, it's going to say, my name is Karina Ross. I was born and raised in Caracas, Venezuela. I relocated to Colombia in 2017, where I learned the coffee trade, and the cakes too. I now live in the United States, and I bring to you exceptional Colombian coffee. Enjoy. So that's Karina's coffee company. We already kicked it off, and we haven't even got the coffee yet. But Karina's like, well, wait till we get the coffee. I said, no, I'm going to kick it off. So there you go. And Francois, I can file the house deed myself, and you're not going to believe the charge. I can believe you, Francois. You live in freaking New York. I can imagine. Francois, thank you so much, Diego and Karina, for the coffee. Yeah, when it gets here. Right now, everything is being, nothing ever happens quickly, but we're going to have it start. We've got it started. We got the designs. We're going to get the website set up, and we're going to do. And first, I had to get permission from the government, and they said you're good. So the government said we're good. Starting a business in Florida is easy. Starting a business in California and New York State is like next to impossible. And I don't see why anybody would want to start a freaking business in New York or California because the taxes are incredibly high. Francois, $200 to file the deed myself. It's better than paying an attorney, right? So let me see. Shiku, Diego, what did you understand by the receipt number IOE? That's an electronic processing. Your green card is being processed electronically. That's what IOE means. How can you check online? They said they need another receipt for the online account. Is that correct? Do you have an online account, CQ? Do you have a USCIS online account? I had a USCIS online account for Karina for pretty much close to 3 freaking years. You don't have an online account. Okay. Well, they're going to send you a letter on how to set up an online account. CQ, they're going to mail you a letter. Immigration is going to tell you how to set up an online account. And then once you get the letter, if you get stuck, I'll help you get it. I'll help you set it up. Francois, go ahead and file the house deed instead of paying an attorney. Just get it done. You need that. It's critical for the green card, okay? Shiku, what did you understand by the receipt number? IOE means it's an electronic filing. It's a little bit quicker. How can you check online, create an online account? Shiku, no, we're going to get you one. Francois, you deleted the message. What did you say right there? I can't respond if you delete the message, Francois. Okay, now I got this new office set up. So first I repainted it. Okay, then I got the flags back up, and I got everything reset, and then the screen wouldn't come on for some reason because I moved the computer stuff around. And Karina, she went and fixed the computer. And she put the desk together. Francois, am I going to file it? I was only commenting about the fee. Oh, you're going to file it. Okay. Well, let's do this. We're going to put pixie dust all over all over your deed filing, okay? And we're going to give you a Mountain Dew salute because you're not paying an attorney to do this. You're doing it by yourself. You don't need an attorney to file for a green card. You don't need an attorney to file for a K-1 visa or a spousal visa. It's easy to do. You just got to be patient. And you can't if you know how to read and write and add and subtract, you can put a green card package together. But you got to know how to do it. You got to know what the sequence is. What is the sequence? Okay. Remember, a K-1 visa is a fiance visa. People send me questions in YouTube. Well, I met my fiance for a week. I flew down and visited her for a week. Should I put a K-1 visa package together? I'm like, how long have you known her? I've known her for a month and I met her for a week. Seriously. Is that a relationship? What is a K-1 visa? What is it? It's a fiance visa. It's saying that you are in a relationship with somebody and you want to marry that person and you have had an engagement party. And you have presented your fiance with an engagement ring. And you've been together for at least a year. And you've met each other at least twice. That's when you start putting your K-1 visa package together. You've been together for about a year. You've got a year's worth of evidence of communication. You've got two trips to visit and spend time. I went to Colombia 5 times to be with Karina. 5 times. Okay. When Karina went to her visa interview, her scary K-1 visa interview, after waiting and waiting and waiting, they asked her how many times. They asked her, where's your sponsor? I was in bed in Bogota, sick as a dog. How many times has your sponsor been to visit you, Karina? She said 4 times. It was actually 5 times, but that's okay. They said 4 times, yeah. And they wrote it in the computer, 4 times. You got to be in a real relationship with a ton of evidence, with a year's worth of stuff before you even file the K-1. If you file for a K-1 visa after you've met each other once for a week and you've known each other for 2 months, good luck. It ain't going to happen. Let me see. Francois Hamid today asked how this channel started, and I told him it was Karina's idea, and you took it from there. Yeah. For those folks who are new to the channel, I got a visa to live in Colombia for a year from the Colombian government because I wasn't going to be separated from Karina for a year or 2 years. It turned out to be 2 years. So Karina helped me get me a Colombian visa. So I lived in Colombia for a year on this visa. And we was in Villa de Leyva. We took a trip to Villa de Leyva, which is in central Colombia, very historic. And we were walking around. Karina said to me, I had a YouTube channel about Colombia. And it was good, I guess. But Karina said, why don't you change the videos to immigration and help people with their K-1 visas and their green cards? I said, well, yeah, that's a good idea. Back then I had 7 years of experience. Now I've got 10 years. I said, okay. So in Colombia, Karina and I, we jumped on the Transmilenio. We went downtown Bogota. I bought a laptop for Karina. I bought it for her. And Tektronix, in Tektronix in Bogota, I bought this laptop and I started doing live streams from Bogota, Colombia. Some of you guys remember those live streams from Colombia, right? But now look how far we've come. And it was Karina's idea for this channel. So Karina's now got 3 years experience with green cards and K-1 visas, and I got 10 years. So we got 13 years together, right? Let me see. Francois. So Hamid, how did the channel start? It was Karina started the channel. I just did the technical part of it. Shiku. Diego, I did not submit for my daughter yet because the fee was too much. Shiku, you have to. I have gathered all her documents. As soon as I receive my work permit, I will apply for her. She is going to school. Shiku, you got to submit for your daughter's green card. Now what's going to happen? It's not a problem. You don't file together, okay? I know it's expensive. It's not a problem, okay? But in the future, okay, your daughter is now going to have to be filing for the green card separately from yours. So when you file for the 10-year green card, you can't do it together. You can't because you waited. But it's okay. It's not going to stop her from getting a green card, but it's all good. Ivy Shiloh. Hi, Diego and Karina. What's going on, Ivy? How's you? How are you? How is your family? Shiku, how long it for me to receive my work permit? It will take about a month to get your work permit. The minimum. The max you'll wait is 3 months. Shiku, Diego, when do you think I will receive the biometrics appointment? You'll get it in about 10 days. But you're going to have to go back again with your daughter. If you filed them together, you could have gone to the biometrics on the same day together. And then both your green cards could be in process together. But now what's going to happen is you're going to go to the biometrics for you, Shiku. And then when you file for your daughter's green card, you're going to have to go back again for your daughter. So you're going to have to make 2 trips for the biometrics. Okay? Just as long as you know that. And it's going to take about 10 days to get your biometric appointment set up. Francois Livingston, when we go for Hamid's physical in January, we're going to make it a gateway and a visit New York, if you know what that is. There is a full-blown glass museum in which you can hand-blown glass. I know exactly what you're talking about, Francois. I used to live in New York. That's a great idea. Get lots of pictures and more evidence. And Aquarius, look at, man, Aquarius, what are you doing? Look at that super chat from Aquarius, ladies and gentlemen. That's a double Mountain Dew salute for Aquarius. We appreciate you. Hello, Diego and Karina. Happy New Year to you and your family. Happy New Year, Aquarius. I have good news. Okay. Buena noticia para Aquarius. Good news to share. My fiance got his visa and he will be coming to the United States on January 18th. Viaje enero 18. I want to thank you for the education and your positive energy and pixie dust. This is the magic stuff right here, Aquarius, for you. And on January 18th, okay, your family reunification will commence when he gets on a plane and lands in the United States. Now remember, Aquarius, be cool and be calm and be collective at the Border Patrol checkpoint. Okay? Make sure that he has his package, his K1 visa package is secured. Do not open it. And everything's going to be good. And we can't wait to hear about your wedding plans and everything else. So fantastic news for Shiku. And fantastic news also for Francois. Let me see here. I don't want to miss anybody. So Aquarius, that's good news. And I'm glad we helped to get you through this without paying an immigration attorney some stupid amount of money. $4,000 to fill out a K1 visa? Seriously? Come on, guys. You can do this. Aquarius did it. You guys can do this. Ivy Shiloh, in the place of the form where they ask in care of, what shall I answer, my husband or me? In care of, you put nothing. It's irrelevant. When you fill out a form in immigration and it says in care of, if you guys are going to be living together at that address, you leave it blank. But if you're going to be living, let's suppose you're going to be living with mom and dad, right? Or your grandpa, or your uncle, or you're living with your best friend. When you fill out paperwork for immigration, if you are living under the roof of somebody other than your house, you're living with somebody. You're living with mom and dad, or you're living with grandpa. You're going to put in care of grandpa. In care of my mom and dad, their names. But if you are living, like Corinne and I, we live together here under this roof together, nobody else, well, Vanny the cat. So when I filled out the paperwork for immigration, it was, the in care of was irrelevant. I didn't put anything in there. Put NA. It's non-applicable. The only time you're going to use the in care of is if you're living under the roof with somebody that's not your house. Okay? You got it? Ivy, tell me you understand. Francois, congratulations, Aquarius. Yes. Aquarius, thank you for that super chat, Aquarius. that is going to get another Mountain Dew salute, because we're going to be good for 2025 for the Mountain Dew stash. Mountain Dew, and Karina gets to eat at Hardee's at least 3 times. Francois, Corning, New York. I can see you don't have your reading glasses on. No, my glasses. Donde mi lentes, mío? Karina is my reader. She bought this beautiful desk, and I'm looking at the directions. I can't. So she takes the directions out of my hands and puts it. She flips it to the Spanish part, and she put this desk together. I can't see. So Corning, New York. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Queries, thank you, Francois Livingston. Shiku, thank you, Diego. I really appreciate you. I'm ready for that, especially for my daughter. I will take back for biometrics when their time comes. Thank you very much. Right, Shiku. When you get your work permit, I'm going to assume you're going to start work, and then you're going to be able to create some cash here in this capitalist country, the Constitutional Republic of the United States of America. We're a constitutional republic. We're not a democracy. Please don't call us a democracy. Communist Cuba's a democracy. They have an election. The communists always win. That's a democracy. In a constitutional republic, we have an election, and either Republicans win or Democrats win. But no matter who wins, there's still going to be representative government. So if you live in New York, which is controlled basically by communists, okay, basically, in my opinion, New York will always be ran by communists as long as the people of New York keep voting these idiots in office. But they have representation. Even though President Trump won the election and he's a capitalist conservative Republican, right? He won the election. He's the president-elect. The citizens of New York still have representation under Governor Hochul, she's got the IQ of a hamster running around in a wheel. But I'm just saying, my opinion. And Governor Hochul, if you're offended, get over it. You know, it's America, the First Amendment. I got nothing against the governor of New York personally. She's probably a good person. She is a good person, but her politics suck. If you live in New York, my condolences. But I'm going to take Karina to visit New York one day because she wants to see New York. I said, we're going to go, but we're not going to live there. We're going to visit, and then we're going to leave and come back to Florida. Same for California. California is ran by idiots. The government, the people are great, but they keep electing these stupid people to run their state. The governor of California said by 2035, new gasoline-powered cars are banned. Who does he think he is? You got how many car dealers in California that sell Mercedes and Porsches and Ferraris that are gas-powered, and Lincolns, and all of a sudden, then they're going to have to close their freaking stores and let's sell electric cars? The governor of California is a total idiot. He's not a freaking capitalist, that's for sure. Anyway, Ivy Shiloh, in the place of the form where they put in care of, you don't put anything in there, Ivy, as long as you are living under the same roof as a family. If you live under the roof with somebody other than you and your husband, right, then it's going to be in care of grandma. I don't have my glasses on, Francois. Shika, we're glad to help you. But when you go to the biometrics, okay, you're going to come back home, and then you're going to wait for your green card. Okay? But here's the thing. When you start work, you got to get your daughter's green card application started and in the mail, so she can go to her biometrics and get her green card. You got to get it done, CQ. Jay Chadari, what are the effects on K1 visa processing after the new administration? Nothing's going to change. Jay, listen. The new administration is going to be ran by President-elect Trump. President Trump's going to run immigration via the State Department. Now, who did he put in charge of the State Department? Who did President Trump-elect put in charge of the State Department? Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio's family's from Cuba. His family came in and got green cards. They live in Miami. Do you think that Marco Rubio is going to start banning K1 visas and green cards and putting blocks in there and making it difficult? No, he's not. Marco Rubio, I know Marco Rubio. I've known him for over 20 years. Okay? I got his cell number in my freaking cell phone. Marco Rubio is a good guy. He's not going to destroy the K-1 visa green card application process. President Trump, what's he going to do? Well, who's President Trump married to? President-elect Trump. Who's he married to? Melania, right? Where's she from? She's not from the United States. Melania Trump came to the United States on a work visa, on a HB1 work visa. Okay? And then she met Donald Trump when he was doing his thing and she was doing her thing and they fell in love. Okay, so she went back to her home country and then they filed for the spousal visa and they went through this whole freaking process just like you guys. President Trump elect and his wife went through the green card process just like you. Senator Rubio's parents from Cuba went through the green card process just like you. And these are the two guys who are going to be running immigration. Do you think anything's going to change? No, it's probably going to get a lot better if you're coming here legally. What did President Trump do on his last week in office in 2020? What did he do? He signed an executive order that protected Venezuelans who were living in the United States, who'd escaped from that communist dictatorship. So all Venezuelans in the United States, no matter what their status, President Trump signed an executive order in 2020. It was 2019, 2020. He said, you're all protected. If you're here legally, illegally, it doesn't matter. I'm going to protect you from that communist jerk in Venezuela. What did Biden do? He rescinded it. He started deporting Venezuelans. Now, I'm not saying, getting rid of bad people is a good idea. It's a good idea. If you're from Venezuela or from Cuba or from wherever and you're a bad person, you need to be kicked out of here. And Trump's going to kick you out of here. But Trump protected Venezuelans and Cubans, okay, and people from Nicaragua. Biden started deporting them. So what's the new administration going to do? What are they going to do? They're not going to stop you from coming to America legally. They're going to help you. And when you get here, they're going to help you and they're going to shake your hand. And I can promise you that Marco Rubio, the new Secretary of State designate, he will shake your hand when you come to the country legally. But if you sneak across the border, if you try to come here illegally, Trump's going to find you and he's going to deport you. And then you're going to get a 10-year ban on probably ever coming back here. Jay, I hope I answered your question. Aquarius, we will be tuning in together when he comes. I will get him on the chat. There you go, Aquarius. Let's put pixie dust off for Aquarius for the airplane flight. And then a Mountain Dew salute. Okay? Now remember, when you are flying, when you land, when I accompanied Karina to Miami Airport from Bogota. We landed in Miami. We had our cat Tokyo. He passed away, unfortunately. And Karina's sad about that, and so are we. But here's the thing. I could have bought a connecting flight from from Miami to Pensacola, but I didn't do that. I didn't know how long the immigration process was going to be in Miami because there's about 5 international flights all landing at the same time. So I said to Karina, we're not going to get a connecting flight. I'm going to rent a freaking SUV. It's only a 12-hour drive, and you get to see Florida. So the plane landed in Miami. We went through the Border Patrol checkpoint. She got her I-94, and I rented a car, an SUV. Now, if you're flying to the United States from a foreign country and you have a connecting flight, let's suppose you're landing in New York City and you have a connecting flight to Atlanta because you're going to live in Georgia. That's great. But make sure you got at least 6 to 8 hours between the connecting flights. If you land in New York, land at 7 o'clock in the morning. If you're flying to Atlanta, leave at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Then you can have breakfast and lunch at the airport. Why do I say that? It could take 2 hours to get through immigration. You don't want to have a connecting flight that's 45 minutes. If you land in Miami and you got a connecting flight to North Carolina and it's 45 minutes apart, you don't want that. It could take an hour and a half to clear immigration. And then your connecting flight goes bye-bye, ciao, hasta luego. And you're stuck in Miami and you got to buy another ticket. or hopefully the airline will be nice and let you go to on the next flight. So here's the deal. When you have a connecting flight, you're like we got folks coming in, Aquarius has got coming in, you got to make sure you have plenty of time to clear immigration, okay? It could take 2 or 3 hours, 2 hours. Let me see. So Aquarius, we look forward to tuning in together with y'all. And Hamid is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Hamid is married to Francois. Hello, Diego and Karina. How are you? Hamid, how are you? How is life in upstate New York? Now, Shiku, you got to calm down with these super chats, Shiku. Thank you, Shiku. I hope this IOE receipt number speeds up my case. It will. It does. I received my receipt number 1 week after filing, hopefully continued. Shiku. An IOE receipt number is an electronic receipt number. It's electronically processed. So it's going to be quicker. You're probably going to get the work permit in about a month. And then you'll probably get your green card in about 5 months, 6 months. But it's a lot quicker. But what you need to focus on is your daughter's green card application. Mountain Dew salute to Shiku. IOE. If you get an IOE text message from immigration, what that means is it's an electronic processing. It's not hand done. It's done electronically. It's the wrong hammer, Diego. That's not my husband. Well, how am I supposed to know that? I'm sorry, Francois. Hammond, I thought you were married to Francois. You're not. I messed up. Okay, I don't mess up, but very occasionally. Shiku. IOE means electronic processing. It's quicker. It's a lot quicker. So you can relax. But what you need to do is focus on your daughter, on your 11-year-old. Okay? You want to get her paperwork ready to go. Got to get her ready to go. Hamid. Hello, Diego and Karina. Hello, Hamid, who is not married to Francois. How is your family, Hamid? Ivy. Sheila, I understand. Thank you so much, Diego. Karina is so adorable. Yes, she is adorable, isn't she? You should have seen her today. She was putting this desk together. She had a screwdriver in her hand. She was hammering. She was like reading instructions in Spanish. I can't see directions. Okay, my eyes are horrible. Shiku, my eye is on the mailbox. My receipt papers and biometric appointment. Hopefully, it speeds up. You're going to get it soon. Pixie dust, Shiku. I'm going to change the color of the pixie dust. I'm sick of this blue color. I'm going to go with a different color for 2025. Maybe we'll go to Michael's. Karina loves Michael's, the store Michael's. She goes in Michael's. She's told me, I spend all day in here looking at stuff. I said, as long as you're looking, right? I'll go to Michael's with Karina and change the color of the pixie dust. Hamid, do you think that immigration will slow down in 25? No, they're going to hire more people. They're 2,000 people short. In 2022, they hired 4,000 new people. They trained them by 2023, and the process sped up quickly. Green cards were getting processed in 3 or 4 months, but now it's slowing down again because about 2,000 people quit. So they got to hire 2,000 more people, but they're in the process of doing that. Is it going to slow down? No, I don't think so. I think it's going to be okay. I think everything's going to be just fine. 2025 is going to be quick. Hedrex Soldero Christ Fire. Hey, Diego and Karina, I'm from New York. New York is a horrible place to live. Hedrex, I lived in New York when I was a teenager. Before it turned into a communist state. I loved being in New York for the stuff to do. But I couldn't stand the snow, and I couldn't stand the traffic. I couldn't drive a car in New York City. You can't drive a car in New York City. Where are you gonna park? And if you park, it's gonna cost you $200 to park your freaking car. So you use other forms of transportation. What I don't like about New York, the whole state, is the government. Remember, you're coming to this country, ladies and gentlemen, from a foreign country. You're coming here from Philippines, India, Pakistan, Australia, England, Colombia, Venezuela, Peru, the Galapagos Islands, wherever you're coming from. You're coming to America, and you're going to become a U.S. citizen one day, hopefully. So you got to learn how the government works. Well, you got Republicans, you got Democrats, and they're both as bad as each other. They both tell you one thing and do another thing. Politicians, they suck. But we've got to deal with what we got, right? I'm an independent. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I'm independent. I go with the person that's doing the job that follows the Constitution of the United States. So if you come into America, learn about the Constitution, learn about our government, and learn how things work here. If you want to be a Democrat, join the Democrat Party. But what do Democrats believe in? High taxes, more government control. They want to control you from when you're born to when you die. What do Republicans believe in? Well, less taxes, less government, and less government control, for the most part. But there's a few Republicans that are as bad as Democrats. So you got to figure them out. And if you live in New York or California, beautiful states to live in, but you got horrible government. If you can get out of there, get out of there. Look at Elon Musk. He got the heck out of California. He moved to Texas. He moved $1 billion+ company from California to Texas because he got sick and tired of the governor Newsom. Governor Newsom's a total idiot. Okay, he's an idiot. And Elon Musk said, "You're an idiot." And he moved his entire company to Texas. Elon Musk saves billions of dollars in taxes by moving to Texas. California and New York are both ran by incompetent socialists who think that they can control you, Mr. American citizen, Mr. green card holder. I'm going to get Francois out of New York as soon as Hamid gets his green card. As soon as Hamid gets his green card, we got to get Francois and Hamid out of New York. Because she does good. She's very intelligent. She has a fantastic job, but she gives half her freaking money to the state of New York, and the other half she gives to Biden. We're going to fix that. Trump's going to fix that. In fact, Trump was looking at Canada. He said maybe Canada should be our 51st state, and President Trudeau, the socialist running Canada, should be the governor of Canada. I thought that was pretty cool. Okay. I know Trump was joking, though. So, Hedrax, I know New York is a horrible place to live, but it's because the government. It's the government. You got to change the government. Shiku, I hope this IOE speeds up my case. It will, Shiku. Karina had an IOE processing. She got her green card in 3 months and 2 weeks. Shiku, her payment is $950. I will do it immediately by grace of God. Yes, Shiku, you must. You must get her green card in process. Francois, wrong, Hamid Diego. That's not my husband. Well, I shouldn't assume anything, right? Josias from Argentina's in the house. Josias Pazelli. Hey, Diego. ¿Cómo estás, Josias? ¿Tú bien? I got good news today about my work permit. It got accepted. Whoa! Look at that. This pixie dust does pretty good. Josias, Mountain Dew salute. Josias. Mm-hmm. Now, Josias gets a Mountain Dew salute. The citizens of Argentina who are watching us in Argentina get a Mountain Dew salute. And the president of Argentina, President Milu, my Spanish is what? Javier gets a Mountain Dew salute. The president of Argentina, the #1 president in South America right now. He's the #1 president. Him and Trump are like best buddies. Argentina's going to become rich. The people are going to get rich. They're going to be lifted out of poverty. And we want to see the same thing happen in Venezuela. We got to get rid of Maduro politically. So Josias, good job on your work permit getting accepted, Josias. Shiku, Diego, how did you rate Odessa, Texas? My wife has a job. She wants to move by next year. You're in Portland, Oregon. Houses are really expensive. Portland, Oregon's horrible for house prices. They're asking $600,000 to buy a friggin' house. In Texas is about $450,000, which is bad. So let me see. Good, Diego, how do you rate Odessa, Texas? Odessa, Texas is a fantastic place to live. They got low taxes, but property taxes are crazy. Okay, the whole state of Texas needs to change its property tax rate. I was looking at living in Texas a long time ago. I had real estate agents calling me. I was a real estate agent, and I asked them, what's the percentage on property taxes in Texas? And I was looking at in North Texas, and they said it's this. I said, you're out of your freaking mind. The property taxes in Texas are absolutely insane. But like I said, it's the government that controls it. So the governor of Texas is a good guy. I like the governor of Texas, but they got to fix their tax base on houses. But they don't have a state income tax. So if you move to Texas, it's good. You're going to have low taxes other than property, okay? Your wife has a job. You want to move by next year. That's 2025. That's like a week away. You live in Portland, Oregon, which is ran by a socialist. The governor of Portland, Oregon is a freaking socialist. Houses are expensive in Oregon, yes. But houses in Texas are not very expensive. You can get a beautiful home in Texas for a good deal, but you're going to be stuck with a high property tax rate. But that can be fixed by a new legislator. Now, the state legislator of Texas, they just, in 2019, I believe they signed legislation that banned red light cameras. So they're getting rid of the communist ideology from Texas. They got rid of all the red light cameras. If you can get them to lower the property taxes down to under, like to 0.94% instead of 1.2% or whatever it is, get the property taxes down. Texas is a great place to live. I would support Texas. Aquarius, so you really believe that things are not going to be slow? No, not sure about that. We shall see when I start my process. I don't think so, Aquarius. Immigration had to rehire 2,000. They got 4,000 new people. They lost 2,000 about. So they got to rehire 2,000, which they've about done. They just got to retrain them, which they did in 2024. So what does that mean? In 2025, they're going to let them loose. They're going to say, okay, you know what you're doing. Go ahead and start adjudicating green cards. Go ahead and start processing K-1 visas. Everything in immigration is a turnover of people. So I think it's going to be good. Hosias, now I just got to wait for it. You'll get it in about 10 days. The only thing is I got to answer the RFE on the affidavit of support because the tax return of 2023 is not enough. Listen, Hosias, file taxes in 2020 in January when your wife gets her W-2. File your taxes early and use that tax return for your RFE. Okay, that's what you got to do. Diego, in the work permit, it talks about changing the employer at 180 days after you get it. If you have an AOS application, what does that mean? It means you're going to get a job and you don't want to quit that job for at least 180 days. Don't be bouncing around different jobs. Okay? But when you get your green card, you can do whatever you want. Like with my work permit, can I work for a long time if my adjustment of status is pending? If you look at your work permit, Hosias, it's good for how long? 5 freaking years. It's good for 5 years. Relax on the work permit. Just relax. You got this. You're waiting for your green card, yes, because my adjustment of status is going to be pending for a while because of the RFE. Your work permit is good for 5 years. If it takes 6 months to process your RFE, don't worry. You still have your work permit. You can still work in the United States with your Social Security number too. Shiku, houses, crazy expensive here in Texas. Not bad at all in terms of price, which is good according to my wife. The price of houses in Texas is pretty good. They're not too bad. What I don't like about Texas is the property tax percent that they put on property taxes. Like a house here in Florida, a 2,000 square foot home, property taxes will be about $1,800 a year. In Texas, it would be $5,000 a year, which is insane. You got to change the government. You got to get the Texas legislature to change the property tax rate and lower it down. Then more people will move to Texas, and the economy will be getting better. People are leaving California in droves. I mean, Sylvester Stallone. He sold his house in California. He bought a house here down in Miami. He said, I'm out of California. Elon Musk moved from California. I think Chevron, there's a big oil company. They moved to Texas. They told California to pack sand. They shut down one of their refineries because they're sick of California's government. Apparently, the governor of California doesn't like fossil fuels. But he drives around and he flies in a freaking jet that uses diesel or gas or jet fuel, uses JP5. He flies around in a jet that uses jet fuel. So let me tell you, if these freaking governors that don't like fossil fuels, that want to ban the sale of gasoline-powered cars, they should start freaking using a bicycle to go from A to B. But on a bicycle, the tires are made out of rubber, which are oil-based. You got to have oil to oil the chain on the bicycle. Clothes are made of oil. Everything's oil-based. This Mountain Dew bottle is oil-based. So these insane people that don't like fossil fuels, okay, they need to be kicked out of office, and you need to hire somebody that's got some freaking common sense. Eugene Bentz Octavio, Happy New Year. Great news. We got our social security number and employment authorization document. No lawyer, no immigration attorney, thanks to Diego and Karina. 2025. We look forward to the temporary green card. The Mountain Dew salute to Eugene and your family. Congratulations. I saved you $4,000 in 2024. I'm going to save you another $4,000 in 2025 because I'm going to help you with the green card processing. But you got to remember, it's a 2-year green card that you must apply for the 10-year green card. You must lift the conditions 90 days before the 2-year green card expires. Okay? You must do that. If you don't lift the conditions off your 2-year green card 90 days before it expires, you're going to be deported. Don't screw it up. I've made videos on how to adjust status and how to lift conditions off of the green card. I'll make new videos in 2025 to refresh everybody. Good job, Eugene. Hosias. So the key is getting a job and not quitting the job at least for 180 days. Hosias, the key is getting a job and not quitting that job until you freaking retire at age 62. That's the key. Go to work and find a job you like. If you find a job you like, it's not a job anymore. It's fun. If it's something you like to do, it's not work, is it? Concentrate on paying your FICA taxes and your Medicare taxes and focus on retirement. Plan your retirement now. If you are a beneficiary, you've come here from a foreign country. Krina's from Venezuela. Okay? She left Venezuela, moved to Colombia, lived in Colombia for 6 years. Now she's really starting her retirement plan right now. I'm helping her. Okay? You got to start planning for your retirement. Shiku, Diego, you said your wife has IOE. She did. Shiku, my wife, when she got her text message for her green card approval, it was an IOE number. And it went like this. It processed quickly. And Hosias, you're going to get a job and you're going to quit. You're not going to quit that job for the next 40 freaking years. You can change jobs, but not while you're on the work permit. When you're on the work permit, when you start, you stick with what you got. Shiku, sorry, Diego, I mean Oregon. Yeah, Oregon is ran by a socialist. Their houses are expensive. Texas are not expensive. It's better, my wife said, and check the price. She was correct. Look, Shiku, the price of houses in Oregon is so expensive because the state is ran by a borderline Marxist. Oregon, California, New York State, Vermont. The senator from Vermont, Bernie Sanders, is a freaking communist. He when he got married, he took his wife on honeymoon to the Soviet Union. We got these bad freaking politicians. They got to get out of office. The Congress under Trump should write a law that says You cannot be a member of the Communist Party or a Marxist or a socialist to be able to get in office in America. I'm not saying we're discriminating against these people, but you name for me a country that's communist in nature that people want to move to. Do you know of any communist country people want to move there? I don't know of any. Venezuela, they lost 10 million people. They all moved to Colombia or to Peru or Uruguay or Brazil. People in Cuba are leaving Cuba if they can get away, moving to Miami. I don't blame them. You know, I can't name people in communist China. People from North Korea try to sneak into freaking China. Communism doesn't work. It's horrible. Anyway, let's see. Josias, Diego thought that you can change jobs with a work permit, but it seems not good to do. That's good. No, don't do that. When you get a job on a work permit, don't be changing jobs because there's a lot of paperwork involved with immigration. Immigration will watch people on a work permit. If you move, if you change, it creates headaches for you and put red flags for immigration. Shiku, Diego, you said I need a USCIS online account number. I have to wait until I receive the receipt. They'll send you a letter on how to set up an online account. Shiku, you'll get a letter in the mail. This is how you set up an online account. Karina got one, but we already had one. So we didn't have to create one. We already had one. So we're good. Josias, because if you choose the wrong job, you just want to quit to get something better. Don't choose the wrong job. Even if I'm moving to another state, you got to notify immigration. Does the government handcuff you with a work permit so you don't change bosses? No. If you have a work permit and you decide you want to move, where are you at, Josias? In Utah? I think you're in Utah. There's nothing wrong with Utah. Why would you want to move other than it snows a lot in the wintertime? Shiku, how did you check your case, Diego, with IOE? IOE is the receipt number, electronically processed. That's all that means. So I took the IOE number. I had Karina's cell phone. I punched it in the USCIS online account. I put in the password. I put in her IOE number, and it said whatever it said. Don't overthink it. It's very easy, Shiku. Please don't overthink this. Immigration will send you a letter on how to create a USCIS online account. Once you create it, you can use your IOE number to check your case status. But I don't. When I filed for Karina's K1 visa, it took, 14 months to get the NOA2 letter? About 13 and a half months. I only checked the case status once a month at the end of the month. On the 30th of every month, I checked her case status. And then on the 31st of May of 2023, I checked her case status. It said your K1 visa has been approved. Woohoo! I get on the phone. I called Karina, hey, your visa's approved. Now I'm just waiting on the NVC welcome letter, which took about 40 days. And then once I got that, I had to get Karina's K1 visa, had to get sent to the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia, which took about 2 weeks. And then I got the ready status from the embassy in Bogota, Colombia. And I basically, her NOA2 letter had expired by then. And I scheduled her visa interview, paid the consulate fee. It's easy. The K1 visa process is easy. I don't recommend the spousal visa. The spousal visa is much more difficult. It's a pain. It's much more processing of paperwork. K1 visa is an easy process. Spousal visa requires a lot more time with the NVC, which I don't like. But they do schedule the embassy interview for you, the NVC, under a spousal visa. Let me see here. Josias, Utah is beautiful. I was right. I don't plan on moving soon. I just don't know that you could change jobs with a work permit. Don't change your job. Once you get a job on your work permit, stick with it. Okay? Just stick with it. Don't be quitting. Shiku, okay, no problem. Yeah. Shiku, Texas is a great place to live. The prices of houses are very inexpensive. You can buy a house that costs $600,000, let's say in Oregon, will cost $350,000 in Texas. It's half the price. But you got to be ready for the property taxes. That's the only downside. Living in Texas, they have tornadoes. Okay, they have the tornadoes. They have snow. If you live in the north of Texas, if you live in southern Texas, the weather's a lot more better. If I was to live in Texas, I would live in southern Texas, where it's warm. I don't like snow. If I want to see snow, I'll Google it. Okay, that's why I got the heck out of New York State. I used to live in Staten Island with my aunt temporarily. And I'm like, no way I'm going to live here. The weather sucks. And then now the government's worse than the weather. Whew, I tell you, I'm glad I'm not in New York. Chico, okay, no problem. Josias, thanks, Diego, for that advice. I didn't know that. Josias, that's why you're on this channel. You are here with Diego and Karina to learn stuff. I've been there, done that. Whatever it is you're going through in your K-1 visa application or your green card application, we've been through it. We've been there. We've done it, and we know what it's like. It's not fun. The secret to this whole process is patience. And if you don't know how to do something, if you're not quite sure how it works, jump on the live stream with me, and I'll give you the answer. Don't be calling immigration attorneys, so they'll charge you an arm and a leg for a 10-minute phone call. I'll give you the answer for free. Okay. Although we do appreciate the super chats. They've been really helpful in keeping me in Mountain Dew and Karina in breakfast at Hardee's. We appreciate the super chats. We do appreciate you. And on midnight of December 31st of 2024, we're going to give a nice thank you to everybody that sent us super chats. And this is the last live stream of 2024. Today's Saturday, right? The 28th. So the next live stream, let's say Monday or Wednesday. Wednesday with Karina, Monday with Diego. It's 28. Today's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm not going to do a live stream Monday. This is it. This is the last one for 2024. So next Wednesday will be January 2025. That will be the brand new live stream with brand new pixie dust and a whole new venue, and I'll make some new videos. And let me see, Josias, to answer the RFE of affidavit, do I have to send all the personal documents of my sponsor again? Yes, you do. Passport, etc., or just a tax return. Listen, you have a joint sponsor, right, Josias? Or are you talking about your wife? Are you talking about your wife? Yes. When you answer the RFE on the affidavit, you have to send all of the personal documents of your wife's again, but not her passport information. No, they have all that. No, Josias, no. They have all that. You don't have a joint sponsor. You're talking about your wife. All you have to do, Josias, that's what I just said. All you have to do is send in the W-2 and the tax return. Nothing else. You don't have a joint sponsor. You're doing this with your wife. All you have to do, Josias, to respond to the RFE is with the W-2 and the tax return. You're not going to be able to get a tax transcript because the IRS won't be able to create one probably till May or June. Shiku, Diego, do you have a video on how to fill out the 485 for a K2? It's the same for the K1, except you change the name. The green card application for a K2 is you fill out a 485, just like you do for the K1, but the name changes. That's all. But I can make a video on that. It's a good idea. It make it a little easier for folks who maybe get confused a little bit. Josias, and also the RFE photocopy that they sent me, right? Yes. Yes. Now, when you respond to an RFE, which is a request for further evidence, a request for further evidence, you must follow the directions that immigration sends you. You must file the paperwork before the cutoff date that immigration sends you. Josias, what about the form I-864? Do I have to fill it again? No. Well, wait a second. Here's what I would do. On the 864. That's your wife does that. I would redo the 864 with the new tax return. See right here, let me make sure Josias understands this so that we get his RFE fixed, okay? And I want to make sure I give you the right answer to the question. But I got to find the paperwork. I may have to print a new form. The 864 right here. Affidavit of support. On the 864, they're going to ask, it's a brand new form, by the way. The 864 has been revised, and it now expires October 31st, 2027. And I just made a video on this new form. And let me see here. On page 7 of the 864, Josias, your wife is going to redo the 864 because right here under tax year 2024, she's going to put her new income right here. Then 2023, then 2022. So on page 7 of 12 of the new form, USCIS form 864, redo the form, redo it, have your wife redo it for the RFE. Okay? You got it? Josias, that is what I was saying. You understood me perfectly, Diego. Hey, of course. Because the tax return changed, so I got to change the I-864. Yes, you do. You change the form. And plus, it's a brand new form. So make sure you use the new edition. Don't use the old form. You got to use the form that expires 10/31/2027. So the new edition of the I-864 expires on this day right here. Now, I made a video on how to fill this form out. You may want to watch it if you want to. That's the expiration date for the new I-864. I will send an answer, new form 864. Yes, it's a brand new. W-2s, yes. Tax return 2024, yes. Pay stubs, yes. Employer letter, yes. And bank statements, yes. And a 1090, possibly. It depends on what your wife does. But what you just told me is exactly correct. But redo the 864 also and have her re-sign it because it's a brand new form, and you can now include the new tax year of 2024 in the paperwork. Okay? You got it? And I'm going to put pixie dust all over that RFE so you get it done. But you got to make sure you get it done before the cutoff date. Okay? The cutoff date, you told me, when was it? February sometime? And then I think in February, that's when Mountain Nomads has his scary visa interview at the embassy in Casablanca, Morocco. I don't know if he's watching, but Mountain Nomads is in Casablanca, in Morocco. Josias, thank you, Diego. Happy New Year. Josias, we've saved you a fortune today. February 22nd is the cutoff date. I knew it was February. You got to get it done, but it's going to probably take until about the middle of January or the end of January before your wife gets her W-2 from her business where she works, her company. Okay? It is what it is. But that will cover it, and you need to write a letter. What I would do is also have your wife write a letter of explanation and in an affidavit and say, look, my income is more than enough to cover the requirements for a green card application for my beneficiary. Josias from Argentina. And in 2025, my estimated income for the year is going to be $50,000, whatever it is. Okay? Because she can back it up with her 2024 tax return, which shows she made what? $46,000, $47,000, which is more than enough. And you write a letter of explanation and say, you know, I changed jobs. This is your wife speaking, that she changed jobs and she now makes 50 grand a year. And she's going to look forward to promotions and pay raises in 2025. Write it. Immigration, all they want to see is an explanation and evidence. Okay? They just want to see an explanation. Remember, I was in Colombia for what, 2.5 years. So I wasn't working, right? I was basically bumming off Navy retirement, right? So my income went down like this. But I'm more than sufficient as a real estate agent. I was more than capable of taking care of Karina. So I had to write a letter of explanation to immigration. Why did my income go down in 2022? Well, I was in Colombia. Okay? But then I came back to the United States for a year, and then it all and here she is. Immigration went, okay, so Diego's pay sucked in 2022. He made crappy income, but he's good to go. Let's see. Josias, that should totally understand that it's more than enough to answer for the RFE. Oh, yeah, it's good. You're good, Josias. Come on now. Let me put some Argentinian Mountain Dew salute on you, okay? Ren S, happy 2025 in advance, Diego and Karina. Now, Ren S, happy New Year for 2025. And now, Ren S, now you live in Texas, okay? Talk to Shiku about Texas. Texas is a great place to live. The gas prices are low. The price of food at Walmart is low. There's no state income tax. The interstates are well maintained. The roads are well maintained. The government's good, pretty much. They don't make any. They haven't done anything stupid yet. The only thing is they got high property taxes, and that can be fixed with an election at the state legislative level. Josias, thank you, Diego. Big salute for your happy New Year. Thank you, Josias. Good night, Diego. Well, good night. Buenas noches, linda noches. And mañana es nuevo día para Josias. Nuevo día mañana. Para todos. Para todos. Renes, after one receives their work permit and while the I-485 is in process, do you think immigration is watching us? No, in general, no, they're not watching you. Serious, no, they don't have time to be spying on you, Renes. Don't be paranoid. Immigration's not watching you. Okay, they're too busy trying to figure out what the heck's going on at the border with Mexico. They're watching the border. Okay? And they're watching the border with Canada. And President-elect Trump told President Trudeau, the socialist of Canada, said, if you don't freaking secure your border, I'm going to put tariffs on you 25%. And President Trudeau had a freaking heart attack. He flies down to Mar-a-Lago. I promise I'll protect the border, President Trump. And the president of Mexico, she's a freaking communist. She was like, I don't know. She doesn't even have control of her borders, but we're going to get control of ours. And you're going to come to the United States with get your green card. You're going to get your K-1 visas approved, and you're going to be good. Everything's going to work out perfectly. Okay? President Trump-elect will shake your hand if you come here through the legal process. But if you sneak in, he's going to prosecute you. No, Renes, they're not going to spy on you. Also, if I do happen to get that job and pass the exam, which you will, and you're going to pass the test, can I show that income if I get called for the scary interview, even though I sent off my 2023 tax return? Yes, you can. You can say, I just started a new job. This is my estimated annual income, and get a letter from your boss saying this is your new work. You work here. You just started work here. Blah, blah, blah. Shiku, do I need an I-864 for my daughter Do I need an I-864 for my daughter? His name was included. Yes. Shiku, when you file for your daughter's green card, you're going to have a 693, which is the medical exam. You're going to recertify the vaccinations. You're going to have a USCIS form 485 and a USCIS form I-864. You're going to have your daughter's I-94, a photocopy blown up in color of her K2 visa, a photocolor copy of her passport biographic page, pictures of her in school with friends, with family, evidence that she is in school, in middle school, total. You are going to submit a green card application for your 11-year-old, just like you are doing for yourself. Okay? There's no difference. You are both individuals. You're both two different people. Age is irrelevant. Your daughter is an individual applying for a green card. Whether she's 6 months old or 20 years old is irrelevant. She's 11 years old, or probably 12 now. You're going to put together a fantastic green card application for her. 864. Repeat the medical exam. Get the vaccinations recertified. The 485, the 864, the I-94. Education, proof of middle school, proof of she's in middle school, etc., etc., etc. Take her to CC's Pizza for lunch with friends. Get pictures with her at CC's Pizza and say, we went to CC's Pizza and here we are with friends on this day. And these are all the people in the picture. Get pictures of her from school, in her middle school. Get pictures with her friends in middle school. These are my daughter's friends in middle school. This is so-and-so, 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 and so-and-so. This picture was taken at this middle school on this day at this time. You got it? Yes, Shiku, you need a new I-864 for your daughter. Even though her name was included on your I-864, it's irrelevant. It's two separate people, two different people. Renes, as if I get the job, I will make $51,000 a year for a household of 3. Renes, you're going to be a millionaire soon. Good job, Renes. And you live in Texas, but the rent is a bit stiff. Well, yeah, property taxes and rent is a little tough. But the rest of the economy in Texas is fantastic. That's why Elon Musk moved there. Cost of living is on the rise, but everything in the country is facing it. The whole United States is suffering from inflation because of Bidenomics. But Joe Biden's no longer president. Well, he is, but he isn't. Does anybody know where he is? What is he doing? What is Joe Biden doing right now? What do you think he's doing? He's watching what? He's watching Diego's YouTube channel with you guys, learning how immigration works. Okay, let's see. Shiku, they need my receipt of my I-485, the principal applicant. Yes, they do. Renes, there's a lot of places to see in Texas. Yes, the Rio Grande, and gas prices are so bad here and there. Gas prices are pretty cheap in Texas. In fact, the refineries in California, they should all shut down the refineries in California and relocate them to Texas. Move all those shops from communist California into the capitalist state of Texas. Right? That's what they should do. And then Governor Newsom, okay, can go cry his woke tears in his glass, and his economy going in the toilet because of his ideas is wrong. His ideology is anti-capitalism. Also, the DART system in Texas is huge. What the heck is a DART system? I don't even know what that is. If you don't have a car, we have trains. Oh, it's a train. El treno, sistema de treno. It's a bit train. Okay, you got trains. There you go. I think a great vacation idea for Karina and I would be maybe to ride the train from New Orleans across the whole country to California. We'd have to go to California. Doesn't mean we got to spend any money there and help the governor Newsom, but hey. Renes, gas prices have a good and bad and exceptional days. I remember when gas was, 45 cents a gallon in Texas. Francois Livingston, do you have a current video on adjustment of status floating in your YouTube library to reference? Yes. Francois, if you type in this in the channel, this is your channel, guys. I made it for you guys. Type in adjustment of status. Look it up in the, I don't know how you do it. You go into the channel and you put, look in the channel, look across the channel for that video. And it will tell you how to adjust status. And then if you have any questions, I'm here to help you on the live stream. But if you watch the video, adjustment of status, it tells you how to do it from A to Z. And there's about 2 videos out there. And if you watch it, you've got this. You've got this. Shiku, I'm moving to Texas next year. Ren S, I hope to find a good job here in Portland. A lot of jobs available. What about education in Texas? I want to become a respiratory therapist. Well, they got a lot of universities in Texas, Shiku. It will not be a problem for you to go to school in Texas and become a respiratory therapist. Not a problem at all. You can do it. It just means study and sweat equity. I always tell folks, you come into this country, if you come to the United States from a foreign country, if you invest sweat equity and time into your new life here, you could become a millionaire. You could. Look at Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. He was born in South Africa, right? He was born in South Africa. He got a green card. He moved to Canada with his family, came to the United States on a green card. Now he's the richest man in the world. Why? Because he works his butt off. What companies does he have? SpaceX, Tesla. He bought Twitter, called it X. He's got control of a company that drills holes under the ground. The guy is a genius, and he's the richest man in the world. And he did it because why? Because of free market capitalism in the United States. Now look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. He owned PayPal first. Here's what Elon Musk did. He created PayPal. He had a physics degree. He said, I'm going to create something. He created PayPal. And then he sold it for millions and millions and millions of dollars. He was living in his mom's basement. He had no money. He was eating pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because it was cheap. And then he created PayPal and sold it. And then he took the money from PayPal and he bought SpaceX. He's a genius. And you got these freaking socialist Democrats saying, yeah, I don't like Elon Musk. He's got too much money. Seriously? Do you know how many jobs Elon Musk has created? Do you know how many lives he's changed by his entrepreneurial spirit? Arnold Schwarzenegger moved to the United States on he came over on a work visa, I believe, to work for Joe Weider at Gold's Gym or something like that. And he started a construction company. He was a millionaire in 3 years. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Franco Colombo, who was from Sardinia, they started a construction company. 3 years, he was a millionaire. You can do it if you're watching us from the Philippines, wherever you're watching us from. Karina could be a millionaire with her coffee company. She's got this coffee company. People haven't seen. I'm going to put it for new people. She started a coffee company. Look at this. This is the bag of the coffee bag it's going to look like. What do you think? Karina Ross Coffee Company. Exceptional 100% Colombian Supremo roasted coffee. There's a chance, right? Who knows? What does it take? Work. Hard work. So Shiku's going to move to Texas. Renes Dart is a transit. Okay, so trains, okay. Buses and trains, I gotcha. There's so many colleges, vocationals, universities, education sources in Texas. Yes. Even the community college, it was a 2-year college. I'm sure they have 2-year programs where you become a nursing assistant and a little bit cheaper than the bigger universities. America has so many opportunities for you, Mr. Beneficiary, Miss Beneficiary. There's a lot of opportunities for you when you get here. Make a lot of money. Don't be afraid to make money. A lot of folks come here, they're like, oh man, their mindset needs to be changed. Making money is not bad. Making a profit is not bad. The Democrats and the socialists don't think making a profit's good. They think it's bad. No, you making a profit? That's not good. Really? The socialists that started Starbucks isn't complaining, right? When you come to America, and I'm gonna get off the channel here, let you guys go back, enjoy your weekend. When you come to the United States, don't be afraid to work hard and make lots of money. If you can make $1 million, make $1 million. Okay? Don't let anybody hold you back. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let anybody tell you you cannot do it. When somebody says you can't do it, you go out and do it. If you're coming here from Australia, become a millionaire from Australia. You can do it. Francois Livingston gets the last word. Good night, Francois. See you two next year. We'll see you next year, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you, Aquarius and Fushiku, for the super chats. We appreciate those so much. And it's 6 p.m. Shiku. 6 p.m. Central Time. 6 p.m. Central Time. You live where? In Oregon? So you're in Pacific Time. So you're about 2 hours behind us. No, Pacific Time. Central Time. 6 p.m. Central Time. Central Standard Time. We'll see you guys next year.